This is a water park. A place where you go to hang out with family and friends, ride some water slides, swim in some wave pools, and beat the heat on these hot summer days. Water parks are a staple within the amusement park industry, and have been so for many years now. And visiting a water park is one of the most popular things to do in the summer. Water parks are great, except for this one major flaw. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride as we uncover what this problem is and how it can be easily solved. Without further ado, let's get started. When you think of a water park, you probably think of two main things. You think of water slides and wave pools. And these two general types of attractions per se are what make up a majority of the attractions within a water park. But we need to talk about one type of attraction, the water slide. It's what immediately comes to mind when you think of a water park, and it makes up the majority of attractions you experience on your day at a water park. These slides are great and all. They get you wet, but not too wet. They give you a nice, thrilling experience. And it's likely that a water slide will be the highlight of your day at a water park. But these type of attractions have one major flaw. And that flaw is rider capacity. Stick with me here, let me explain. So rider capacity is the amount of people that can get onto an attraction and ride it within an hour. And manufacturers often give parks quoted theoretical hourly capacities for the attractions they manufacture. This theoretical hourly capacity can only be met if trains are cycled at the minimum dispatch interval, and every seat on the train is filled. Now this varies between manufacturers and attraction type. For instance, some coasters have very low theoretical hourly capacities, and some have exceptionally high. And this all depends on a variety of factors, such as the minimum dispatch interval, which is the minimum amount of time that the train must wait before getting dispatched. Another factor is also how many riders can a train hold. A coaster that features bigger trains with more riders, along with a short minimum dispatch interval, with the addition of a fast and efficient crew, that coaster will operate very efficiently and have a very high hourly capacity. Now this applies to roller coasters and water slides alike. The quicker you can cycle rafts, for instance, the more people should be able to ride the attraction within any given time period. And naturally, if a water slide raft can hold more than one rider, that means potentially more than one person can ride the attraction at one time, meaning more people get to ride the attraction. So basically, here's a quick recap of what I just all said. And this logic is the same between roller coasters and water slides. So basically, the quicker you can dispatch trains, and the more people those trains can hold at a time, means that more people will be able to ride that attraction much quicker. But here's where water slides struggle. You see, no two people can be on one water slide at the same time, compared to some roller coasters where you can have as many as 3 trains holding 32 passengers on the ride at a time. So this already hinders a water slide's capacity because only one person can ride it at the time. Or in the case of a raft slide, only about 4 to 6 people max, drastically lower than a majority of roller coasters. But you may be wondering, well, water slides are short, normally only about 30 seconds in length. That means the minimum dispatch interval is much shorter than any average roller coaster. So that means more people should be able to ride it in an hour. And that's fair. The minimum dispatch intervals are often shorter, and are much easier to hit compared to roller coasters. Often roller coasters' minimum dispatch intervals are nearly impossible to hit. They're extremely fast and are a highly unrealistic goal. And very few coasters are actually able to operate at their minimum dispatch interval. Now water slides on the other hand have a much easier time hitting the minimum dispatch interval. Once the person reaches the bottom of the slide, exits, then the next person is good to go down the slide, way easier than checking an entire train of restraints. But even though this dispatch interval is faster, simply not enough people can ride a water slide at one time, and it greatly hinders that water slide's capacity. Alright, but you're still probably asking yourself, why is this such a problem? Sure, water slides may not have the best of capacity, but there's a ton of them throughout the park. What's the big problem here? Well, the problem isn't just a few individual water slides within each water park. The problem is that almost every single water slide at a water park is low capacity. It doesn't matter how many water slides you have. If all of your attractions are low capacity, there's only so much money you can invest into a park to add new slides, and eventually you just run out of money to add new stuff. And granted, many water parks have a lot of slides, but they're all too low capacity to actually make up for it. Here, let me help put this into perspective for you. So the average roller coaster should be able to hit anywhere between 600 and 1,000 riders per hour. That means 600 to 1,000 people per hour ride the average coaster. On the other hand, if one person can ride the slide at a time, and a new person gets to ride the slide every 30 seconds, that means theoretically 2 people can ride the slide every minute, which comes out to 120 people per hour. Compare that to even some of the lowest capacity shuttle coasters. Those coasters are often still doing twice to 3 times as many people per hour. So let's say the average water park has between 30 to 40 water slides. If you multiply those numbers by 120 people per hour, you get anywhere between 3,600 people to 4,800 people an hour. So on the top end, about 5,000-ish people per hour. So if you look at that, that means if a water park has 5,000 people within it, that means every single one of those 5,000 people within a water park should be able to ride one slide within 1 hour. It's not terrible, but if you combine Diamondback, Banshee, Orion, and the Racers, average actual capacity per hour of about 1,000 for the first 3 and 2,000 for Racers, those 4 coasters will get more people on them within an hour than the entire water park next door. And by no means am I trying to dunk on water parks or whatever. Water parks are great and they serve their purpose so well, and I thoroughly enjoy whenever I visit a water park. I'm just trying to illustrate to you that the capacity of these water parks is not very good and needs to be improved in the future. And you know what? I think I might just have the solution. What if we could combine the thrill of a traditional water slide with the much improved capacity of a roller coaster? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the water coaster. So a water coaster is basically a water slide where you ride in a raft, and at times you have water spray and push you up a hill. And it's meant to combine a water slide and a roller coaster. And people love them. They look like super fun rides. They're always some of the most popular attractions at their water parks. And best of all, they have super high capacities. So Whitewater West, a manufacturer of water coasters, has product pages for their respective attractions up on their website. And when they go and talk about some of their water coasters, they are quoting capacities as high as 1,000 people per hour, which is ridiculous for a water attraction, and on par with many roller coasters. These also allow you to have multiple people on rafts, and best of all, multiple rafts can be on the ride at the exact same time, meaning you don't have to wait for the raft ahead of you to finish the course before you can go. There are certain points that once the raft passes, the next raft can go, drastically increasing the capacity of the ride, meaning more people get to ride it, and helping the hourly capacity of the water park as a whole, while offering easily the best experience at the park. This seems like the perfect solution. High capacity, likely the best water coaster in the park, and a single water coaster can chew through hundreds of people an hour. So why aren't more of these being built? Well, it's likely due to cost. These are inherently a little more expensive than just a regular old water slide complex. But I really do hope that in the future, parks start to take notice of how much they could benefit from having a water coaster with the increased capacity and having one of the best rides in the park. And I really do hope that we start seeing more water coasters pop up at these parks. And if you add a few water coasters to your water park, you're not only adding a new attraction to your park which will boost attendance, but you will also make your guests' day even better because they get to ride more slides and more attractions while they are there. And in the process, fixing the water park's biggest flaw. If you're a fan of theme parks and want to see more content just like this, then a sub to the channel would be fantastic. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I really need your help. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below because it helps out the channel so much, and I greatly appreciate each and every one. Oh, and if you want to know why Cedar Fair and Intamin don't like each other so much, check out the video on your screen right now, because the answer is definitely not what you expect. Alright guys, that's a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.